Hello, hello, hello. Here we are. Just a little bit late. Just a little bit. Not my fault. Not my fault. Honest, Gov. Not my fault. Just a little bit late. Just a tiny, widdly bit late. I doubt if there's anyone watching. There's no one watching. Just me. Just me on my Todd. As usual. So, we've got to wait for we've got to wait for all the weirdos to turn up. Or, sorry, the one weirdo to turn up. With all the various soccer counts, because we do that now every Tuesday, because that's fun. It's not. So I don't know what we're going to talk about. What do you want to talk about tonight? If there's anyone out there. Andrew's out there. Wasn't sure if you're on. Why wouldn't I be on? Did I say I wasn't on? Just because I needed the toilet and I had to wait in a queue as kids, but I couldn't come on without going to the toilet first, and the toilet was indisposed, so occupado, I think they call it. Oh, Rob Payne, he's forgone his Horlicks and he's here, he's present. Excellente. So yeah, I would have been on. I was on time, but I had to wait 10 minutes for the toilet. That's what it's like here. That's just what it's like. Renee's in. He says hi. Bjorn says good evening. I wonder who'll show up. Who knows, Bjorn? Who knows? Well, you're here. I don't know. It's all right, Andrew. Everything's fine. Everything's tiggity-boo. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen. Again, I don't know what we're doing. I mean, again, kind of gone off the boil a bit. There's only 8 people in, so, you know. And me being late, everyone's thoughts I'm not going to do this. Jason's in. He says, I'm in. But yeah, so, I don't know. What do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Payne says, I've been here earlier, but I was microwaving a pizza. That couldn't have taken long, could it? I'm trying to think what I use the microwave for. I don't really use the microwave. Air fryer, that's my thing. Oh, once you've sampled the delights of an air fryer, you never go back. It's one of modern technology's marvels. It truly is. Andrew says, Pop Idol chap died. Yes, Darius Dinesh, dead at 41. He was married to Natasha Henstridge from Species. I'm thinking, blimey, I didn't have that on my bingo card. Banky Poots here. I'm here early in case somebody tries to spoof me again. But how do I know it's you? That's the question. Because I don't know if it is you. You could be anybody. You could be. When did you set up your account? It's not a very good security question, is it? But anyway, nice to see you here again. Is that it then? Payne says, yes, Darius dying was a bit of a surprise. Yeah, again, he went on and had quite a career in the West End, appearing in musicals and that. Yeah, again, I don't really have much. I remember him being on, was it Pop Idol? Back in the day. But again, a lot of this stuff kind of washes over me. But yeah, 41's no age, is it really? Rene says, let's talk about House of the Dragon. What to expect? I expect dragons, lots of them. I expect it to be like Game of Thrones, because Milton Subotic, I probably mangled his name, is the showrunner, and he directed some of the big episodes of the original series, Battle of the Bastards and Hard Home. So I'm expecting good stuff from him, because he knows the material, he knows, the look, he knows it. So I'm not that worried about it. but we'll have to wait and see. My fear is that there's going to be lots and lots and lots of characters, and it's going to be hard to, get into it. Because again, the first one was a bit like that. There was an awful lot of characters to take in, and it was like, I think this is what put me off the first time. Because I remember watching the first episode and just like going, oh no, this feels like hard work. And then everyone went crazy about it, and by then it was like like 3 series in, and I'd kind of like, I've got to catch up. And then I did my epic me and the missus did the epic viewing schedule. We caught up. But yeah, my big fear is that it's just going to be hundreds of characters to try and absorb, and they're all called Targaryen, and they're all blonde, and they all look the same, because that's the point. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be alright. Bjorn says, I microwaved the pizza in 1984. We spoke in the comments last week. Yeah, but that doesn't prove it's you, Manky Poo. That's the problem. And, Andrew says, did you watch the Gary Newman programme? No, I didn't. Not yet. I will do. I'll get around to it. Because I've been watching the finale of Westworld and the finale of Better Call Saul. But I didn't do my Better Call Saul review today. Because, I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered. It's like, what's the point? No one watches it. I'm only doing it for Luke. But we've got House of the Dragon starting next week, so that's good. I was surprised to hear though that Westworld is getting a season 5, because season 4 pretty much wraps everything up nicely. But Ed Harris said that they are planning on doing filming a season 5 in 2023, so he's obviously contracted to do that. I think he let the cat out of the bag. So I was I was a bit surprised, because it seemed like it had reached a natural kind of end. If you've been following that one, it was it feels like, okay, Manky Poot's trying to figure out how to prove himself. I don't know, Manky Poot. I'm kind of, I'm a bit of a loss until multiple Manky Poots appear. You're all right. No one's here. Unless again you're the imposter. It's very weird that the old Spoofy McSpoofface hasn't made an appearance. But then, I think he may have been spooked somewhat. I may have spooked him. Oh dear. Reno says donate monthly. That is a sensible. It's only have to go for £1, and then you can bathe in my majestic glow and know for sure that you're who you say you are. Because Spoofy McSpoofface would never dare give me their money. So that's that. Andrew says, yeah, Ed Harris did a Jackson Pollock movie. He's excellent. He's very good in anything. He's very good as the Man in Black. In this, as William. The problem with Westworld is everybody's dead, but everyone comes back again, and it's a bit hard to follow who's who. But I think that's the point of it. And season 4 was very much like that. If you haven't watched it, plug your ears. I don't want to go into spoiler territory, but there was a lot of people that were dead coming back and things. But that's the nature of the beast. But not to spoil it completely, I really liked this season. I really enjoyed it, more so than the previous one, because the actual arc of the story, because it deals with, well, first off, it starts off with the whole idea of Westworld as a place, as a theme park, and then of course that talks about self-awareness and AI, and what it means to be sentient. So that's one aspect of it, and that grows into something else. And then what if AI escapes from a controlled environment? And we've kind of reached a natural conclusion with that, and it was a very satisfying ending, because the AI, of course, is modelled on human experience and human sentience, and it realises it's as flawed as we are. And I thought that was a beautiful realisation. I thought it was a really well, I thought it was really well done. I like that, I really like that. So there you go. G-Man's in. He says, I managed to stay awake for the live stream. Another one who's forgone his Horlicks. I managed for the previous 8 years, so then the past couple of weeks I conked out early. So I had to catch a stream on a Wednesday. Well, thank you. And, I think none of us are getting any younger. I think it's when I conk out on the live stream that's the real problem, isn't it? It's like, zoink. Zoink. But I was watching the Ron Jeremy documentary that was on Channel 4 tonight, which is nice. Hot beverage incoming. It's arrived. It is the instant coffee. Not like last week where I had to make it myself. So much better than last week. But yeah, I was watching the whole Ron Jeremy story thing that was on Channel 4, which was interesting. Well, not interesting. Revealing. Yeah, revealing. It's on. It's going to be hot. Oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. Sometimes it's just too hot. Too damn hot. Oh, so anyone else got any suggestions? Should I just carry on talking about TV? I can talk about TV. Watched another Netflix documentary about a kid who shot his dad. That was fun. Though now I can cancel Netflix now. There's no more Better Call Saul. I can now stop giving them. Is it $15.99 a month, and and forget about it. Monkey Poo asks, any love for Pill? Yeah, right. Cyrus is in. He says, well, hey. Indeed. It is a wahey, isn't it? Monkey Poo is... he wants to know about my love for Pill. Pill, Public Image Limited, John Lydon's other band. Best of Pill. There you go, how's that? Cheat says, why has everyone got a spanner? Because they're spanners. They're a bunch of spanners. Because that's what we do here. That's what we do here. Payne says it actually rained today. Loads of it. Yeah, we got a splash. The grass is going green again. It's a bit cooler though. It got a bit moist. It got a bit moist in here tonight. A little bit moist. But it was nice to walk around in the cool air. Rather it being just too damn hot. Though, in Lock Towers it was clocking 29, 30 degrees inside, because this building is so well insulated. It's ridiculous. It's like living inside a brick kiln. It is not good. Bjorn says, one would think Ron Jeremy got his share, but obviously he wanted more. Oh, I think, again, I missed a bit of it because I take dog out. But I think he went senile. I think he was suffering from dementia and started to act out beyond his boundaries, But I don't think it's. I'm not excusing what he did. Just got to be careful. But I do think this is somebody who is a bit of a relic. A bit of a relic of a bygone age. Because there was a time when that industry was like Hollywood. It was its own separate Hollywood, and then it got completely devalued and evolved into something more homespun. And those people over there think they're still kind of rock stars. And it's a culture clash, and it's not as outrageous as it used to be, But yeah, no, it's a weird story. You'd think you'd also retire, wouldn't you? You'd think, doing that, you'd make enough money to go, do you know what? I think I'm going to retire and sit on the beach all day or something like that. But I guess he's got serious problems. A lot of men have got serious problems in that area. So, but there you go. It was an interesting story. I think, did Louis Theroux cover it? I think he might have covered it. I do like a good documentary though. That's my weakness. I do like documentaries. So I said, what did I miss? I don't know. Lots of stuff. Weird, mainly weird shit. That's why everyone's got spanners. G-Man says, I started taking wheatgrass powder 2 weeks ago. Overnight, my sleeping habits changed completely. No more late nights or lying. Started getting about 5-6 hours kit. But thing was, I wasn't tired. Why the wheatgrass? What was that all about? Tell me about wheatgrass. What was it for? What was the wheatgrass all about? Is it a supplement? Are you like me? Wonderful. Or is there another problem? Oops. Where's all the things? So yeah, I need to know. Payne says we have a spanner because we're tools. You are my tool. Because when El Fasano's in, he moderates. He actually gets stuck in. He gets the bit between his teeth and starts kicking virtual butt. So there we go. Rennie says, how's the weather now? In here, in my room, it's 29 degrees. Yeah, it's probably that in here. I think it's a bit cooler. I think it's 27 degrees. It's cooled down, but like I say, where I live, it's so well insulated. I hate living here in the summer because it is just unpleasant when the sun comes out. We can have all the windows open, and that's without the block drain that we've got, which I've been trying for over a month now to get the council to deal with, and failing miserably. So it's nice because it smells like we live in a toilet. It's lovely, yay! And it's not on my property; it's on the downstairs property. So I've kind of got them to get them to do it, and the management company who deals with that seem to have given up. So there we go. It's a funny old world, but hey, I'll just keep nagging them. I'm good. I can do that. I can nag. Andrew says, watch K-19, The Widowmaker, which makes you think it's been on before. Great movie based on a true story. Chris Wakefield's saying some very interesting comments. I think he's got an issue, but these people usually do. Oh God, oh man, that's some really bad stuff there, man. Bloody hell. Oh, that was me, Manky Poo. Well, Chris is being a bit weird, so I'll put him in a timeout. Should we put him in a timeout? Yeah, let's time him out. And then he can think about what he's saying. Maybe it says the last message is not me, don't worry, we've figured it out. The last message was that's not me, don't worry, Manky Poo. Everything's fine. I'm using you, Manky Poo. Don't you see? I'm just using you. G-Man says, my son's support worker recommended the wheatgrass to give me extra energy. As I say, I went from sleep about 12 hours to only 5 or 6 hours, but didn't feel as though my sleep had halved. Well, that's good. But it gives you energy, does it? Maybe I need some of that because I get very tired in the afternoons. It's me diabetes. Have I told you about me diabetes? Have I told you that? Let me tell you about me. But yeah, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I just feel like I could go to bed. It's terrible. I just get really tired. And then sometimes when I go to bed, I can't sleep because that's insomnia. But sometimes I fall asleep. It all depends if the noises are quiet. But of course, this time of year we have the windows open, and so we can hear the foxes. The foxes indulging in their mating rituals, which is loud, very loud. But there we go. So I says, wait, I'm still an admin? Yeah, of course you are. So we know who you are. Because otherwise someone will come in and impersonate you, Don't you remember any of that, Cyrus? Blimey, whatever Cyrus has been smoking. Oh, Grantman said, oh, watch it, where I missed one here. Grantman says, watching The Sandman on Netflix, Neil Gaiman is really trying to stay current, I think. Well, I've never been a big fan of Neil Gaiman because, you know, Scientology and all that. Remember him doing... He picked up the Marvel Man, Miracle Man. It's complicated. Look it up. Comic book after Alan Moore stopped writing it. You know, so I'm a bit of a... I wouldn't say I'm a Gaiman fan. I mean, he's all right. You know, he hasn't done anything to me. But, you know, just like a bit indifferent. I think some of his stuff kind of ventures into Clive Barker territory. Because no, Clive Barker did things about dreams and stuff, didn't he? But I don't know if I fancy it. Really. Maybe I should read the comic book first. I've had a delve years ago. Forbidden Planet. I think I thumbed one. Oh, I remember the Forbidden Planet. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really a Gaiman fanboy, you know. So again, I don't know if it's worth me sticking around for Sandman. Mind you, I've got 4 weeks left of Netflix to watch because I haven't cancelled my subscription yet. So it could be, I might put it on, see if the missus and me can get into it, you know. But I think there's just a lot of the same stuff out there, isn't it, really? I've done it, Andrew, don't worry. Cyrus says, so yeah, I was at a friend's wedding outside of the country, and then I was in a river cruise with a few family members who invited me, followed by an adjustment period. Yeah, I know, you've been all around. He's been all around the world. He's been travelling. Good for you. Excellent work. I'm very proud of you. Well done. Very proud. Fucking hell, Munton's in. He's had a rough couple of weeks. What have we been up to? Not a lot. Oh, again, I don't know if Cyrus and Munton, I don't know if you I had some news a few weeks back. You probably might not remember him, but an old regular, an old faithful member, Alan Harwood, passed, and I got a letter from the executor of his estate telling me that, you know, he thought of me highly, and he left me his guitar collection. Which is growing with every email I receive from the executor. So that was both humbling and astounding, and it's still astounding because she sends me pictures of this guitar collection, which is kind of spiralling out, you know. If you ask me how many guitars are too many, I will now say I've got too many. You know, I haven't got them yet because it's going through probate, and that could take a year, I think. I've not been through this process, but it can take a long time. So yeah, that was some news, and that was, like I said, I received a very nice letter, and I've been in communication with the lady, and she was a close friend of Alan's, and he popped by regularly and bought all the CDs, you know, going back to at least 10 years, I think it was. So yeah, it was upsetting. I was upset first because, you know, you read the letter and it says Alan Harwood died, you know, and you go, oh God, I cried then. And then I turn it over, and then she, you know, it's on multiple sheets of paper, and then it's the news of the guitar collection. I'm like, what? You know, why would anyone leave me anything, you know? So it was really kind of hard. Again, I'm still thinking about it. It's still in my mind, yeah. So and it will be in my mind because I've still got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these guitars. There's too many of them. Far too many of them. So, but anyway, when that comes, we'll deal with it. Like most problems, you deal with them when it turns up on your doorstep. So we'll figure that one out. You know. Oh, they've gone up the screen whilst I was talking. So tell us about your rough couple of weeks, Munton, if you want to share that information. Enter Kingdom says, do you like Van de Graaff Generator? Nah, not really. James says, VDG forever. I'm going to stick on the masterpiece that is God Bluff now. Yeah, I can agree with that. I like God Bluff a lot. I've got a lot of time for that. And Cyrus has listened to the rest of VDGGG's discography, even the modern stuff. Okay, interesting. Munton says Darren is a fan. He's done many reviews on them. Have I seen Vikings Valhalla on Netflix? Says R. No. This is the thing. I don't watch a lot of Netflix. I only really got it for Better Call Saul. And what else was there? What else did I watch on Netflix? I'm sure there's some other things. I can't even remember. Oh, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We watched every series of that. That was good. But yeah. Oh, I mean, I think I originally got Netflix. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it for Breaking Bad, because I used to buy those off of iTunes. I used to have the first season's series of Better Call Saul on iTunes before it went to Netflix. Yeah. I used to do that. Grant says, at last you guys got some rain. Indeed, it did rain today. I think we're getting some more. They keep threatening flooding, so I think we'd be all right around here though. I don't think it's going to happen around here, but it's just nice it to be a bit cooler. Don't get me wrong, I like the fine weather, but once it goes over, I don't know, 24 degrees, I start getting a little bit uncomfortable, because I'm a Brit. I'm a Brit, see. G-Man says, I'm thinking of making a Wall-E my Saturday night movie this weekend. I've never seen it and been meaning to watch it for about the last 12 years. Wait there. Let me just run over to the which way would it be? West Wing. Won't be a minute. Oh, his battery's run out. Look who it is. It's Wall-E himself. Come to say hello. Wall-E. The battery's run out. Did you hear it? It did make a noise. This was funny. When Herb was young, he didn't like many toys. But he took a shine to this it was Toys R Us back in the day. And so I bought it for him. But it was quite expensive. This was quite an expensive thing. But I never let him play with it. He could look at it and press the button, but under my supervision, because just in case he broke anything off of it. Because look, it's got moving tracks and everything. You know, look, it moves. Wall-E. Because I like collecting robots, you see, because I'm a fucking big child. But yeah, I have to put some fresh batteries in that. Maybe next week if you're good boys and girls. But I do recommend it. It's very good. It's a good one. And Eve. I wouldn't mind Eve. I'll have to look on eBay. I bet you can pick her up for cheap now, because these were quite expensive back in the day. And I got my Marvin up, the paranoid android, on the shelf over there as well, because like I said, I need to grow up. I'm just a sad man child. There we go. But yeah, I do recommend it. It's a good one. It's one of the last good Pixar ones, I think. I'm saying that and I'll probably remember another Pixar one. Chris says, I'm off to see Focus next week. Do you reckon they'll be good? How would I know? I've not seen them. Sorry says, oh yeah, I did see the Facebook post about his passing. Really sorry about that. Well, yeah, I mean, it's sad when any of you go, you know. We have our little family, innit? They're our little family that we've got here, that we come on Tuesday nights, you know, and do these shows. It's a little club, you know. We've lost two from the club that I know of. Like I say, there was Henk and Alan, and again, there might be more that I'm not sure about, you know, because not everybody gets in touch with me, and not everybody, you know, is on Facebook or whatnot. So, you know, you never know. You know, people might just drop off, and some people might just go away. You know, it's hard. It's hard to know, isn't it, really? But we make these connections. You know, we make these connections. So. Oh no, Captain Beefheart lyrics. Thanks, Chris. Don't be so obtuse, because you'll get blocked, you know. You will get blocked. You'll get blocked permanently. We have a bit of a trigger finger when it comes to blocking people here. We do not care. So, announce your intentions. Some are not so lucky as to get muted for a bit. Have I been to Salisbury Hill? No. Do I like magma? Don't really get the appeal. I've got some of their things because they were on eMusic back. Who remembers eMusic? Do you remember eMusic before it went shit? I do. Let's have a look. Can I? Yeah, I've got a few of their. It's classed as jazz. Really? Is that what it's called? Is it really called jazz? Let's have a look. I think if I'm clever, I might be. Oh, no, I don't want to put that up. Wait a minute. I've got too many windows open. Bear with me. If I put that there, then I might be able to just. There we go. We can see. Look there. I've got that one. I've got that one. Of course, I've got to add that one. And then there's that one. 1001 degrees centigrade, whatever that is, because they were all from eMusic, when eMusic was a half decent music service back in the day. So I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I mean, it's all a lot of old wank, isn't it, really? A lot of old wank. Steve Davis likes them. Garrett says, I did make sure to watch the streams yesterday before coming in, so sorry about Alan. I remember him gifting you a few things through the years as well as seeing his comments. Yeah, and also he bought a few guitars off me as well, which are coming back, which is really weird, you know, to sell something and to get it back. But the now fabled Fender Swirl, the blue Fender Swirl guitar, is returning. It's like, wow. Because I kind of regretted selling it because it was such a unique instrument. And it's back in the day when Fender made, you know, guitars with rosewood fingerboards, so it's a bit of a keeper, that one. So it's nice. But yeah, there's lots of different guitars in there. There's even a handmade one, like a custom one by a company called Trent. It's like, it's zit yellow. It's like, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It really is. So I said it's only the albums from 2005 onwards that I haven't got around to yet. Yeah, the first one's not too bad, and it kind of gets a bit, yeah. You know, once they get rid of David Jackson, I think. What do I think about the current version of Yes? Not a lot. I mean, I don't really care a lot for all these legacy acts, to be quite honest. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. I just didn't want to blow out anyone's eardrums. But no, all these legacy acts hauling their asses around. You know, it's like, give it a day. Chats have got an album out on Friday. It's called Get Fucked. I'm really looking forward to it. Martin says, my last couple of weeks were relating to college and band situations, and I was unavailable because of them. No, it's good. You got a life. That's all right. I don't mind. I assumed that. I even mentioned you. I think Spoofy McSpoofface may have been asking about you, and I said, well, he's probably fallen in love, you know, because that's what I assume all the young people do. They come here and then they find love, because I'm an old romantic. Andrew asked Garrett what his band's called, and it'd be nice to check them out. The one with Wally, indeed. Cyrus says, the only thing I wish were different with the river cruise was it was a week shorter and there were more people my age. Oh, I've never done a cruise. I've never been cruising. Oh, I don't know. I don't like the idea of being stuck in close proximity with a lot of people. It kind of terrifies me. It's like it's like a nightmare. I'd like to be on one of those ghost ships, you know, where it's just you on it. I wouldn't mind that. No one else. But I don't know, I don't think I've got the temperament for a cruise thing. And also, older people, innit, Cyrus? You're a young thrusting buck, you know? It's a problem. It's a problem for you. Grant says, playing Let It Be on my guitar, my teacher. I'm accompanying Paul's voice, not to play on guitar. Well, keep it up. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Let it be, 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 oh let it be, Mullen says, it's gone up the screen again, why you do that? Why you do that? Martin says, my dad's going to see Roger Waters tonight for the only reason that he missed the opportunity to see Pink Floyd in the 70s. He's not into the overt political skits, but he's aware of it, so he'll manage. He'll be great. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. As long as he doesn't wave the Ukraine flag, he'll be just fine. No, Chris, you can do Captain Beefheart lyrics. You can just say, I'm just going to do some Captain Beefheart lyrics. And then do the Beefheart lyrics. Because we get a lot of random shit on here. So, you know, and sometimes it can literally be spam, like you did. You did the spam of the lyrics, which is about spam, you know? Bit meta. But, you know. You can see where I'm coming from. Maybe you don't. I don't know. One says, my band is just a cover band that plays in a couple of places a few minutes from my home. It's not really something that people could check out online. Thanks for asking, though. It's an anonymous band. Nobody knows who they are. They just turn up in the middle of the night and play. And you'll hear Sweet Home Alabama seeping through the walls. And then they disappear again into the night. And you never hear of them. They're like a phantom covers band. It's like that. They come and then they're gone. We never. What was that? Was that Dancing Queen by ABBA? Yeah, and then they've gone again, and they've gone. Henry Cow, Noisy Rubbish. Fred Frith, he's with them. Legend, it's got a sock on the cover. What's my favourite song from God Bluff? Sleepwalkers, I'd imagine. Yeah, no ELO. Hey, dishes clinking in the background. What's for tea? Nothing's for tea. It's the missus probably just doing putting the washing away, the plates away, for it is late. I don't know if she's still out of the kitchen. Let me have a look. No, it might be unless I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's this. Let me do this. I'll tell you what I did today. I got the security tag off a pair of jeans. I'm a criminal now. Yeah, whilst the missus was at her parents' place, kids got some new clothes because you know grandparents like to buy new clothes. But the shop assistant forgot to take the security tag off of Herb's jeans. So the missus says, figure this out. And I'm like, righty-o. So I've got a new skill set. So if anyone's got any clothes that they need the de-tagging, I'm your man. I'm really good at it. I was in and out a couple of minutes. Oh, I'm good. I'm a criminal now. No, they were paid for, but it's not as easy as you think it is. But let's just say I got the tag off. So there you go. That was the highlight of my day. That was the most exciting thing that happened to me today. Anyway, Zeb says, I've got 30 CDs, 4 DVDs, 13, 16 LBs, Magma, 1 signed. Oh, they're all Magma CDs. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. So you're a fan then? Oh well, we all have our crosses to bear, don't we? I've got hundreds of fucking CDs by this guy called Darren Locke. He's a right cunt, he is. God blimey. I don't know why anybody supports that artist. God, complete cunt. Grant says, I remember your video where you showed what was on your iPad. What was on my iPad? Oh, I don't think there's anything on my iPad. I can't show you what's on my iPad. My iPad's it's on charge at the moment, so I'm not gonna go over there. Chris says, saw Magma a few weeks back with Steve Davis, the Utopia Strong's putting him. Didn't even realise it was him. Yeah, he's reinvented himself as a synthesizerist, isn't he? Bleep bloop bleep bloop. It goes bleep. It goes bloop. Yeah, all right. Yes, all right. If you like that kind of thing. Zeb says, new Magma CDLP in about 2 months with 2 bonus 1978 demos. Oh, I can tell you're excited. I can tell. Very good. Very good. Manna says, so Darren, will you be keeping those guitars when you get them? No. It's complicated because there's so many of them. And you know, I can't really and I can't afford storage. I'm going to have to get storage, I think, just to deal with the sale of them. I don't know what I'm going to do. Again, this is far off in the future. I don't know how long it's going to take for the probate thing to be settled. It could be quick. It could be a year. I think it usually takes about a year. So this could be this time next year. You know. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the plan will crystallise closer to the time. There's some nice pieces in there. There's some pieces in there that I'm going to keep. There's a couple of Gibson guitars, which I'll never buy. So they're keepers. There's some nice Fender guitars in there. A nice American jazz bass, though it's white. I'm not a big fan of white guitars. There's a Rickenbacker bass. Oh, but it's in green. Yeah, you know, I've got to try them. Again, the thing is you say you're going to sell all of them, but you've got to try them and see which ones fit, see what ones you like, see which ones you don't like. But no, I can't keep all of them, so I'm going to try and be very, 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 very selective with the ones I keep. But I'm going to try and document them all. You know, so that's the plan, is to document them all. But no, I'd love to keep all of them, but I don't know how the missus would feel about guitars being on every wall. And I don't know, I think I'd worry that the kids might trip over all the guitars in their bedrooms, you know, and I don't know how I'd get into bed of a night with all the guitars on the bed. Yeah, it's a crazy amount of guitars, and I don't even know how many there are yet, because the lady, like I said, who's doing the executing of the will, keeps finding guitars. She said one figure, and now it's another figure, and she thinks that there might be more. So you think I got problems? No. Alan was a bit of a collector. I think he collected all manner of things. So, well, you know, it's a phenomenal. This isn't like, you know, 4 or 5 guitars. This is more than that. So it's yeah, it's a crazy amount, and it's a crazy thing to get made around. So we'll see what turns up, and then I've got to get them all transported here. And like I said, I'm going to have to get a storage lockup just to store them, and that's a thing. There's a lot of logistics involved and money, and it's money I ain't got, so You know, it's a problem. But like I say, we'll figure that out if and when it comes. You know, if and when it comes. Monk says, I understand it may be difficult to deal with lots of instruments in a fairly small space. Yeah, it is a lot to deal with. That's why I'm looking at maybe getting a storage lockup. But again, round here, there aren't any storage lockup places, so I'm going to have to go out of town. You know, it's going to be far out, and I'm going to have to get the missus to drive me there, and I don't know how I feel about that, because, you know, I'm going to have to be pretty, you know, it'd be nice to sit and try them all, and then say, well, that can go into storage, photograph everything. You know, it's the logistics of it. It's just really, really complicated. You know, it's a real humdinger of a problem. But like I say, it's a long way off. That problem is over there. It's over there. It's over there. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not thinking about it. We've had an attack of muntins. Sorry, not muntins, manky poots. So many manky poots tonight, aren't there? Well, it's good because, you know, we get to see and draw them out. Oh God, all the things have gone up the screen again. Martin says, falling in love is one of the last things I expect myself to experience at the moment. You never know. It's when you're least looking at it, Garrett. It's when it happens. Payne says, just learn Salisbury Hill is a real place. Yeah, it is. Thought it was just a nickname for Old Sarum. Yes, Salisbury. No, it's a real hill. I'm not curious. I'm just saying. I'm not curious. I'm just, you know, it's what I say. It's a saying, Mullen. It's like he's probably fallen in love. Because that's what young people do. Martin says Fred Frith's Guitar Solos is a brilliant record. I did have some of his stuff somewhere. Oh, or did I? Or did I dream it? I've listened to a lot of stuff. Yes, I have got that one actually. I have got that one. Grant says, I hope all the costumes, the Lamb Acoustic are clean when the musical box does it in September. It's pretty good, though. When I saw them at the Coin Exchange, the audio was really low upstairs, but it was great downstairs. You're in safe hands, don't worry. Dog cam, she's not here. She's not here, she's run off, look. There you go. Empty bed. She's decided, sod that, I'm not staying there with him tonight. It's because the missus is upstairs, so she's I don't want to be with him. I don't want to be with that rotter. I'm going to go upstairs. So it says Henry Cow, I think they did some amazing songs, but yeah, they went through many phases. It's all right. Again, I've got to be in the mood. I'm not one of these people that's into overly complicated, deliberately fiddly nonsense. It's not my thing. It's fiddly. You know, some people like that stuff. They think it's intellectual, and they think, oh look, oh yes, and they're precious about it because it's something that nobody else listens to. And I think you've got to be like a pubescent teenager to really get the impact of it. I think when you get a bit older, you just go, it doesn't stir anything in me. It doesn't make me emotional. Not like I don't know, Soft Machine does. I've got a favourite chord. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know I had a favourite chord. G-Man says, what's your coffee brand of choice? Yeah, Kenko. Yeah, that's the one. You got it, Grant. Sorry, G-Man. Grant. Garrett. Everyone's got a G in their name. I'm beginning to zone out somewhat. I'm zoning out. Martin says, speaking of weird music, I was listening to Music Improvisation Company before this. Do you remember that one with Jamie Moore in 1970 on ECM? No, I don't. I don't think I've heard that one. Grantman says, iPod. Chris says, I'm off now. Might stay for the whole stream next time and will announce B-Fight lyrics before I spam them. Have a good one. You're lucky, Chris. You came that close. Zeb, block the fake one. Yay, good one, Zeb. He's going. Munton says, by the way, if I ever do vanish from the channel, it's because I either died or my home was destroyed. Other than that, I'd say, well, you can always go to the library. Even if your home's destroyed, you could always go to the library. Carrier pigeon? No, I mean, look, people drifted in and out. We had this conversation before, you know, people come and go. And I'm emotionally prepared for that, you know, because people outgrow things. People just go, oh, I've got something else I want to do, and you drift. People drift, they drift in and out, you know, and that's fine. And if it happens to you, I wouldn't hold it against you, you know. No one owes me an explanation. I'm here. I want to be here, you know, doing this as long as I can, as long as I can manage to do it, you know. And then at least people say, oh, Tuesday. That's spending night with that idiot, you know. And we can talk about things. Just have a little chat, you know. Have a little chat if you're feeling a little bit lonely and you want to have a laugh, you know. We'll have a little chat together, and that's what this is for. It's nothing else. It's what it's always been about. And it says, because I don't like to leave people hanging, especially considering how long I've been here. Well, no, it's all right. I just want you to know everything's fine. You don't have to feel guilty about anything. Fred Frith played on the Tubular Bells concert. He did. He's also on that that live recording video that they made as well. And so's what's his name as well. Oh God, you know that one. I'm going to have to look on the shelf because I'm having a brain fart. That one, Steve Hillage. I said that quite naturally, like I didn't need to refer to the shelf. I said, at a recent record show I found a brand new copy of Sally Elfield's Flaming Star on CD. Are you familiar with that one? Let me have a look. I don't think I am. Sally Elfield. Oh no, I am. I've got that one. Yeah, I got that one. Do you remember that time Sally Elfield told me a new one on my review of her Waterbearer album? Because I didn't state it. I said about on some forums that people think Mike Oldfield played on it, and I said I can hear that because some of the bass playing does sound a bit Mike Oldfield-ish, and boy did she tear me a new one. Everybody hates me. I didn't say Mike Oldfield played on it. I just said I could see why people might think that. Boy, or maybe I did say that. It's been a long time. I don't know what I say half the time. I don't know what I'm talking about. There was a rumour. Martin says, I get what you're saying about the music of Henry Cow. There's some people who like that stuff just stand out in society if they see themselves as culturally superior. I've met a couple of them. Well, again, there are people like that. And the more niche and cult a band is, and again, you're a bit like that when you're a teenager and you grow out of it, you know. You'll get into a band and you'll say to someone, oh, I'm into this band. And they go, oh, what's that band? And you want to be like a vanguard and a leader, and you want to be like an arbiter of taste and whatnot. I've got no taste. I've got no time. Like I said, I've pre-ordered the Chat's new album. But yeah, no, I mean I've listened to it. It's technically, interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about it I don't find interesting. That's all. It's a bit too quirky. Sometimes I think people are quirky just for the sake of being quirky, and it's not a natural quirkiness, if you know what I mean. It's like, let's be fucking quirky just for the sake of it. And I think Henry Cavill can be a little bit like that sometimes, if you know what I mean. Zeb's at it again. He's fucking lethal. He's like Elsa Fasano last week. Fantastic. David Oliver, it's been a while. Hope you're keeping alright. I'm still alive. That's all that's important. Hope you're still alive too. Munton says, do you think there should have been an orchestral Omadorn, or is there one? God, there was rumours of that, weren't there? There was some sort of talk about an orchestral one, because you had orchestral tubular bells and orchestral Hörgestrige. But again, the thing about Omadorn, because it's got more of an African lilt to it, I don't know how that would translate with like the classical setup, unless they kept the kind of African rhythms. Again, it's that disconnect, between African rhythms and the classical tone palette. You think, how would that work? Be interesting, but I don't know. There's some bits of that I don't know. Unless they replaced it and just kind of did it on the strings, But I think you might lose some of the texture, because it is, again, it's very, that album is, the texture is all from the drums, it's all from the rhythm and the percussion, and it's funny because what you've got from the previous albums, it's like kind of guitar, string led. Here the drums, the rhythm, the heartbeat of it is to the full. That's kind of that's kind of heart of it, and I don't know how they replicate it with the orchestra. Could have been interesting though, couldn't it? Angel reckons it might have worked too. Grantman says, I really think Got is running out of steam. What, Game of Thrones? Do you mean Got? That's Game of Thrones, isn't it? Are we talking about the same things? I don't know. Game of Thrones ended, didn't it? But we got House of the Dragon. That's coming on next week. That could be good. David says, yeah, broke up with the missus back in May, but due in G. Well, maybe it was for the best. I don't know. Some things are not meant to be. Every ending is a beginning, I think. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Yeah. But it's better to love than lost than to never have loved. Yeah. I think that's right. They did Huggies Ridge, which is a bootleg, indeed. And it was never formally released, was it? Munton says, in the last live stream you mentioned you almost accidentally made top 5 albums list. Could I guess what your top 5 or 10 would be? And tell me how accurate the picks are? Yeah, go on then, I'll play. 5. Give me 5. Payne says, classical orchestras don't do relaxed rhythms. This is it, and again, I don't know if you're familiar with that album. It's all boom, 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 that kind of multi-layered, polyrhythmic drum stuff. I mean, Glass does it with the orchestra, but you'd have to, I don't know, I just don't see it making that leap. I don't know. I don't see it myself. Payne says, got run out of books. Indeed. Munton says, and if Mike Oldfield reveals himself to be a genius troll, he should put out an 8-bit version of Incantations. It will sound like Super Mario when the battle with Bowser is 78 minutes long. Well, again, Incantations is an album that I only like the bit with Hiawatha in. I mean, it's good when he does the live version, but you know the exposed DVD, you know, when he's playing at Wembley, is quite good fun. But it's a bit heavy going. That's after his exegesis revelation, and a lot of his kind of soul has been squeezed out of him. The whole point of his terror and his fragility is what makes his music, and it was kind of lost, you know. The therapy kind of killed that feeling in his music, which is a great shame. Grant says, yes, but it continues. I've read book 20 years ago, Game of Thrones. The order must have been written during the Game of Thrones. I will check it out. Yeah, there's loads of them. There's loads of them, Grant, and he's still working on the last one, apparently. Oliver says, you excited for Queen Miracle box set with the unreleased Freddy track? There's a box set? I do not know. Is there a box set? Oh God, not another fucking box set. No, I'm not excited. Gmail says, do you feel that the top movies so far since the year 2000 are as good as the classics from the 60s to the 90s? Oh God, that's tricky. You've got to look at like genre movies. Again, movie making's changed a lot. It's become digital, so they can do anything. In the 60s to the 90s, everything had to be practical. It's a different kind of movie making now. But again, what's really interesting is how movies get very quickly forgotten. There's a slew of stuff from the 60s and 70s that people just don't even realise exists anymore, that just disappears, you know. And it's quite frightening. You see culture just, because there's so much of it, because there's so much culture, and there's even more so now. You know, back in the 60s and the 70s, yeah, you'd have, you know, films, actual films that were in the cinema, but you didn't have them to the extent that we have now. And they're forgotten. So what's it going to be like in 10 years' time? With all the digital content we have now, will people remember films that have been made for Netflix? Will they remember, you know, these series? It's worrying that, you know, as there's more and more of this stuff, the more and more forgettable it is, and the more and more people are getting exhausted by it. You know, I think we're going to head towards like almost like a digital cultural event horizon where people just go, I'm done, I can't keep up with this, and you know, offloading their Netflixes and their Disney Pluses and their whatnot because they just don't have the time or the inclination or maybe even the money to be invested in all this stuff, because it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort to, you know, keep up with all these different shows. Mutton says, Night Song, The Lamb, Big Science, Exposure, The Pavilion of Dreams. Oh, that's really good, Garrett. That is really good. That's really good. That is really good. Night Song definitely, Lamb definitely, Big Science, that one definitely. Pavilion of Dreams, no. It's probably going to be something a bit weird like So by Peter Gabriel. You know, it's going to be something odd like that. Or Another Green World by Eno. It's going to be something a bit more, because I'm thinking about the records that had an impact on me when I was younger. Anthony Phillips, Geese and the Ghost. That's really important. I was playing a missus something I've been working on, because I'm working on this thing called Fragments, and it's like loads of bits of things stuck together. And I played it to her, and she went, "Oh, right, oh, that bit's, ah." So it goes from like this. It goes from Anthony Phillips to Penguins to Mike Oldfield. So I'm kind of deliberately kind of doing the influences thing, you know. Not all the way through, it's just this section. And I've done this really lovely piece, hasn't got a name, which is so Penguins, it's not even funny. It's just because my hand's been hurt and I've been playing on the keyboard a bit. And I did this little piano thing. Played it all the way through, all live. One take, it was one night, it was late, and I just played this little thing on the keyboard. with the piano patch, not digital piano, model piano. And then I added some bass, and there's this lovely string thing that Arturia do, augmented strings. It's really good, and boy, it sounds really penguinish. It's like, whoa. And then I follow that with a load of rhythmic stuff that is slapsticks, slaps, boots, boom, 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 bass, fretless bass. It's just, I haven't finished that yet, but I played it to the missus. She went, "Oh yeah, I see what you've done there." It's like, yeah, bit on the nose, but what the hell? That's what we do, innit? But yeah, that's good. I like that. Why do they do this? Because it's their idea of fun. Payne says, "Is the unreleased Freddy track him saying, 'Turn off the tape machine, darlings,' plus a 20-minute atmospheric instrumental"? No, that's the end of that's the end of Made in Heaven, isn't it? I don't really care. Again, I don't know what Freddie'd make of all this, because again, he was the one who kind of, he was the desk jockey for a lot of this stuff. He was the arbiter of taste. He was the one that dictated, how things should be in terms of arrangement and the sound. He's a very important. There's always an arranger in the band. There's always somebody who goes, "Let's try this," or "Let's," there's always somebody who corrals this in. Phil Collins was like that with Genesis. So, I'm like, I'll stream it. I'm not excited for this stuff though, because a lot of this stuff is just, there's a reason why it's in the vault. It's not like they've found an abandoned album that's finished, that he actually mixed and produced, that the Queen members all contributed to equally, and they just put it in the vault and forgot about it. Now that would be interesting, but that ain't the case. So, well, he's not interested. So we'll see. I'll stream it, see what it sounds like. Make you see, they wait for me to make a comment and they do this. I wouldn't worry, mate. It's just we're using you as bait. You're the goat staked to the ground. You're bait. You're bait, mate. Manky bait. David says, "Original Cape Fear with Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum is a masterpiece indeed, but they remade it, and it's like, but that original one is so dark, and I think again because it is in black and white as well, for the time, it's very, people don't realise just how dark it is, and again, a lot of films get forgotten, and it's a shame, because we have all this culture, but not enough time to watch it all. Time's running out, folks. Time's running out. Andrew says, "Manky Poo, you'll need Darren to give you a spanner to prove you're real." Yeah, but then if we get rid of Manky Poo, who will he try to impersonate? And how do I not know that Manky Poo might be impersonating himself? Because he could be. It's like The Thing. Have you seen The Thing, where they're all tied to the bench, testing the blood? This is like that. I'm just having fun. Like I said, we're going to integrate Spoofy McSpoofface into our lives. Just excuse me. Must give up the fags. We must integrate it in and make fun of it, for it's a right old jolly laugh, isn't it? It's a right old wheeze, because the last thing you want is us to be annoyed by it, and I'm not annoyed at all. I find it all hilarious. I think I might have spooked him. Joseph says, "Hey Darren, nice to see you. Do you think the wall immersion box set at $75 is a good price, and is it worth it?" No. It all depends. Do you own the wall? Is there anybody out there? Right. If you own those two, then there's little point in getting it. Alright? Because a lot of the content from, especially the deluxe version of Is There Anybody Out There, which is in a long box with all the artwork inside, is replicated inside it. If you can pick up a second-hand copy for, I don't know, $50 or $40, then I think that's probably better value. If you want to hear, I think there's some demos in there and that. That's good, but the lack of a surround sound mix, the lack of any video content, like the actual gigs, or a Blu-ray version of the Wolf film, makes it a weird purchase. Of the 3 immersion sets, it's the weakest, because at least the others had the surround sound mix in it. Those immersion sets again were overpriced at the time. But it is what it is. Ain't it just like the Animals releases, overpriced. Jimmy said, I watched Chinatown the other night. Went to Internet Movie Database to rate it. I couldn't believe it got such a high average, 8.32. It was a decent movie, but an ending was so unsatisfying. There was a sequel to that. There was a sequel to Chinatown, but no one ever talks about it. Funny that. Again, that's one of those films I've watched fucking years ago. I enjoyed it, I watched it when I was a kid, so maybe I'd enjoy it more now. But I think it's because it's Jack Nicholson. Is it Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway? Am I right? That feels right. They're big stars. Like Isa Laura Mars, Faye Dunaway. I like that one. That's a good one. Martin says, I searched up the word prog domination and the first thing that came up was YouTube was called Paranormal Humping. Well, there you go. There you go. He's not going to stop. No one stops. Everyone is Manky Poo. Everyone is Manky Poo. Everyone. Look, just enjoy it. It's Spoofy McSpoofface. Yeah, it's what they do. They've got nothing else going on. Look, if you're sitting at home watching this live stream and think, God, I'm so sad that I'm watching this bald-headed bastard talk for an hour and a half. You're not, because there's someone sadder than you, and they're spoofing and spamming this chat room. I guess they're just desperate for attention, It's just very, very strange. And that's what we've had to deal with recently. Again, this person's been doing it for years. I think this person's been, pretending to be other people for a long time. So, and they got caught out. So this is why we have the spanners, and this is why, if you like what I do, I don't like to push the money side of things, but we're going to go there. If you like what I do and you want a special little symbol by your name, join the club, £1 a month, and you get a little icon, and that's when I know it's definitely you. That's that way of doing it. Or I know who's who, and I can give you the spanner. But Manky Poo, like I say, he's our goat tonight. That means greatest of all time, apparently. And we're using him to have fun with Spoofy McSpoofface, because otherwise he'd have to spoof someone else, wouldn't he? Yeah. He says stupid things because he's desperate for attention, because he thinks it's funny. Oh boy, it's all getting a bit odd, isn't it? Everything's getting a little bit, everyone's getting a little bit weird, aren't they? Right, where are we? What are we doing? What does it all mean? Nobody knows. Bruce says, I love Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum as well. God, yeah, that's another good one, isn't it? So you say all these old films. Again, there's just... There is a rich vein. But then, what about... Let's go back. What about the 50s? What about the 40s? Yeah? And this is it. And if you go back even further than that, I mean, crikey, there's films in the 20s that have been lost. You know, there's a lot of lost media as well. I mean, crikey, look at Metropolis, one of the great lost films that was only kind of discovered at the end of the 90s, you know. Oh. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. See you, Manky Poot. Bye. Oh, we've lost Manky Poot. That means he won't get spoofed, and that's a shame. Richard Prowner says, is Paul McCartney a genius? Yeah. Chris, that's just... Nah, you're wrong, mate. Paul McCartney is a genius. Munter says, what are your top 5 Anthony Phillips albums, since he has so many? Geese and the Ghost, obviously. That's a top one. Can I turn around to look at them? Geese and the Ghost. I can't see them all now. Oh, who am I? But I don't like that many of them. I like Geese and the Ghost. I like that one. I like Private Parts and Pieces, Back to the Pavilion, because that was the one that really turned me on to like just these little working fragments of things. That was interesting. And I like the New England album. Oh, and Slow Wave Soft Stars, his ambient synthesizer one, which is, yeah, he's quite cool. I think I've given you 4 there. Oh, and of course the best of Anthony Phillips. Ho, 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 ho. Where are we? Richard Pryor says the Better Call Saul finale was pretty good. It was alright. I'll tell you about it when I do the review. I'm refraining from in here. I watched it this morning. It ended as much as I expected it to. I actually said to the missus that he'll probably get like he'll manoeuvre himself to get 7 years, and she went, "You said 7 years?" I went, "Yes, I did." But then there was a twist on that. So Chris says, "Have you seen Das Boot?" Yeah, I was very disappointed by the lack of boots in it. Yeah. There's many versions of it. There's the film edit, but there's also the TV version, which isn't it something like 4 or 5 hours long? I remember watching the TV version. It was shown, God, when was it? Was it in the 80s? And I watched that with my grandparents. And that's one of the few war films that my nan would ever watch, because we never watched any war films because she lived through World War II and had bombs falling on her head and everything. So that was one of the few war films we watched, which is interesting. Munton says, I remember so many people who are regulars on this channel and they just haven't been in here a year or so. Yeah, they've fallen out of love with me. Or there was the Spoofy McSpoof face. What do you reckon? We'll never know. Look, I don't know. I'm not really chasing. I don't know why I do. Why do I do this? Why do I do any of this? I've seen my views decline over the years. I do what I do. I continue to do what I do. I don't do the music stuff so much because, frankly, you're not interested in it. So, again, I post videos. You're only interested in the shitty ones. So, I try and turn people on to interested music, but they're not interested in it. So, I'm playing to a very diminished audience, and it's just the way it is. But then, like I say, I saw what YouTube did to my son's channel, and they're probably doing it to everybody else as well. They very carefully filter who finds you. I saw that with my son's channel. It's ridiculous what they did to him. Turned off his views overnight. You can see it just go, and that was because he did Sonic the Hedgehog videos. And it turns out that yes, anyone who did Sonic the Hedgehog videos were going to be filtered and shadow blocked because that's kids content. I'm 51. I still play fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. How dare you? But there you go. Chris goes, "This isn't a con, Darren, but I found something on YouTube that might be aware of or might be in your interest. Is there any way I can get it to privately? Can I put it in the chat? You can do what you like, mate. Put it in the chat. There's no secrets here." Bruce Craig says, "I've been watching loads of black and white films recently. They used to be of loads on TV back in the day. Wonder if they will be forgotten." Well, again, I'm of the era that grew up with Harold Lloyd and Laurel and Hardy, Buster Keaton, Chaplin. That's what they used to show us on TV over the summer holidays. Will Hay, those kind of movies, and so those are the films I grew up with. I grew up with a big comedy catalogue, in my mind, and I don't think the kids have that now. Again, they live. I say it to my kids: you have what's known as a monoculture. You're given so much choice, you choose nothing, because they have choice paralysis. Whereas when we were kids, when I was a kid, I say we, royal we. When I was a kid, we had like 3 channels, and over the summer holidays there was fuck all on, and if you were lucky, there was Laurel and Hardy or Harold Lloyd, and that's what we had. And if there was the afternoon matinee movie, I just used to watch those. It'd be anything, westerns, romantic films, thrillers, all sorts of things. I think when I first saw 2001, that was on in the afternoon as a matinee on the TV, and blew my mind. Funny, isn't it? Chris says, "But you may not want that." Just post it, Chris. I'm not scared. Post it. We're all friends here. We're all friends. I think I know what you're going to do, but but do your worst. That's what I tell everyone. Payne says, "Well, I've been watching since yesterday, so I'm calling it early morning. Good night, Darren and the real people. Well, have a lovely kip, because it's almost time to finish, isn't it? It's 12:30. It's nearly time to go." Seb says, "What are your favourite 5 Andy Phillips albums, since he has so many?" Oh, I forgot Tarka. Yeah, Tarka's good. I did answer some of them. I missed Tarka. Tarka's good. Munton says, "Do you miss the way that YouTube was in 2006, 2007 before it became such an overblown and complicated corporation?" Well, yeah, because I used to post stuff and people could find it. I had 125 subscribers, I think it was, and my Ashbury Base video was like, I think it got up to like 150,000 views by the end of it. It was my biggest viewed video, because people could find your content, people could find you. And now, I could come up with the most amazing video, and only the diehards are going to see it, because it's it's all commercialised. They want clicks, they want people to watch the adverts, and unless the algorithm favours you and the stars align, that's the way it is now. And it's a real shame, because again, a lot of the people I watch, I watch all sorts. Mainly guitar stuff, bit of video gaming stuff, and a few of the more smaller YouTubers. But unless you're doing a certain kind of thing, I'm a relic. I'm an old dinosaur. I'm a relic of the past. So I know I like talking. I like talking to you. I'm not going to be one of these people that does a video essay or whatever, which I find I don't watch them. I have zero interest in video essays. It's a load of bullshit, and I don't watch those ones. I'd rather watch people talking about the things that they're passionate about. Or another thing I like watching is people building guitars. Like I said, guitars. I'm obsessed with the bloody things. So I'm a relic, So I understand why people are bored with me. So it's not a real problem. I'm just here. Andrew says, "Love Quatermass." Yeah, Quatermass is a few of those, isn't there? Quatermass and the Pit. They were good. Chris's old YouTube was great. 1984, I never liked 1984. That's a weird album. Chris says, is there a way to report videos to admins on the channel? What kind of videos? If it's the channel I think you're talking about, we already know about it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not a big deal. It doesn't frighten me. You can talk about it openly. Post the link. It doesn't matter. I want everyone to find it. It's great. You know, this is the guy that's doing, you know, the guy that does what he does here does the other channel, you know, and is posting those videos, the decontextualized videos about me, right? It's happened recently and it's accelerated because he doesn't like the Alan Harwood news. It's really, you know, really put a fire under his arse. He's incredibly jealous, you know, and, you know, that's the burden I carry for being such a popular and well-known YouTuber. Jesus fucking Christ. You can imagine what the celebrities have to deal with, can't you? I'm no one, and I have this, you know, you've seen it. You see it on the chat. You know, I have this harassment and, you know, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's funny. We laugh about them. We laugh about them all the time. You know. So speak openly. Speak freely, Mr. Wakefield. Joseph says, thank you for the honesty about the wall immersion set. I do not own any records anymore, so I don't have the wall. Back in the day, oh, sorry about that, I jumped up the screen. Back in the day, I watched your videos, I wanted all three of them. Again, they were, you know, it's the wall one. I mean, you probably pick up a copy of the wall for, again, I don't know if you like vinyl or you like CD, but you can probably pick up a second-hand copy of the wall on CD for quids these days. Is there anybody out there who's quite an interesting live album, because it does the Earl's Court thing? It's really good if you want to hear the production live, and you've got some extra, because they extended some pieces to fill in when they're building the wall and that, so that's quite interesting. And it's you know, it's one of those very few live albums I've got any time for, because it really does add, it certainly adds something to the studio album, so it's well worth looking out for. And like I said, there was like a deluxe edition of that came in a hardback kind of book with pictures and, you know, lots of good stuff. I got that on the day of release, you know, but that is replicated in the wall immersion set. I mean, it's a nice box. I mean, it's nice artwork. If you're a really massive fan of the album, you know, it might be worth it. Again, I can't advise. I don't know you. I don't know if you. I mean, you might $75 might be your last $75. Personally, I would advise no one to buy anything. Keep the money and, you know, spend it on drugs and prostitutes. You'll enjoy it more. Manky Poo says, I thought Darren said I was blocked. I don't know. Manky Poo, I thought you was leaving, man. I thought you was leaving. You were leaving, weren't you? Oh dear. I thought you was leaving, Manky Poo. Where are we? Do I like Ivory Moon? It's alright, you know. I'm not a big fan of like piano music though, whoever plays it. It's a nice one to have on if you're, I don't know, playing cards or cooking dinner. I used to play that kind of stuff on a Saturday night, you know, when it was me and the missus, and I'd cook dinner and we'd have a few glasses of wine, or maybe even a couple of bottles of wine, and we'd play that kind of music in the background. I used to put on a lot of Anthony Phillips, and, you know, because it can be nice and gentle mood music. But, you know, it's not, you know, it's all right. I've got the vinyl of that. Again, back in the day, when I was buying, I could get them cheap, Tower Records and that. They had loads of, I remember Tower Records at, oh God, where was it? Oh crikey, it wasn't in Piccadilly, it was the other one. Oh dear. It'll come. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning screaming its location. But there they had a load of Anthony Phillips marked down, and I bought the bloody lot. And those were the days. Those were the days. Joseph, so I got the Dark Side of the Moon, but my ex stole it after some years. I finally managed the chance to buy them. Like, the thing is, they include in them, like... Well, look, if you want it, buy it. That's the thing. It's not up. I can't advise you. You know. I sold mine, so, you know. I never said Manky Poo was he blocked? I don't remember saying he was blocked. He said good night. Do I like Eurasia? I don't know what that is. Munton says, in a more open-minded world, your PCO videos would have had thousands of views. Well, exactly. It's not about that. Again, I think music is on the wane of interest. I think people are only they're only interested in, I don't know what they're interested in. Modern prog, and I'm not interested in that because it's utterly facile and boring. And the music I listen to, I mean, I've got the, oh God, I've forgotten the name of them. It's one of the Portico called Offshoots. Their vinyl's coming, has been dispatched. I can't remember the name of it. One of their projects is I'm getting a vinyl, and another one of theirs called Sun Waves. I've got coming again, but it's stuff no one's going to be interested in, you know. Midori Takada's got 2 albums out. If you really love me, send me money so I can buy the 2 Midori Takada albums, because they're about 50 quid for the pair of them. Why did she release 2 albums at the same time? Why couldn't she stagger it? I can't afford all the albums, you know. But that's an interesting one, because she covers Cutting Branches for a Temporary Shelter. She does 2 versions of that, and that was, as you know, Garrett, that was done by the Penguins. They did a version of it because it's a traditional kalimba piece, I believe. And yeah, she's done that. It's really good, really good. Yeah, put it in the chat, Chris. Put it in the chat, man. Bruce says, have you seen Dead Man? I thought it was a cool film. Robert Mitchum is in that. And Iggy Pop loved Harold Lloyd. God, we are such old farts. Dead Man? I don't know. I've not heard that one. Let me look at that one up. Robert Mitchum. Oh. Oh, it's because it's 1995. I thought it was an old one. Oh, the Johnny Depp one. Yeah, with Billy Bob in. Yeah. Crispin Glover. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I thought you was talking about like an old 50s, 60s film. Yes, that does remind me. Yes, I have vague memories of it because it was a big thing at the time. Is it Jim Jarmusch, isn't it? Yeah. But God, I might have to search that out again. It's been a long time because it's a really interesting cast. Because we all know Crispin Glover's he's quite out there, isn't he? And I'm a big fan of Billy Bob. Though he's sniffing around Amber Heard. Oh, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, it's got a good cast. I remember it when it was out at the time. They made a big thing because doesn't Johnny Depp isn't he like an Indian or something? I know he. Am I remembering that right? Probably not. Dresses like an Indian in it? Was it in black and white? No, I don't know. Oh dear. Martin says, I was almost going to say reviewing the Roach's discography on album review, or at least keep on doing. Yeah, I could do that. Chris, you never told me what the mysterious things you found were. What are the mysterious things, Chris? Garrett says, are you into any channels that talk about Europe or world history? No. Sorry, I'm not interested. So, oh dear, where are we? I've gone up there, scrolled up the screen again. Sorry, there's so many deleted messages by Chris, and it's all gone up the screen. Zeb's been taking them out. No, I'm not. You know, I did all the history stuff when I was a kid when they had documentaries on the BBC. So I don't, like I said, I don't watch essays or documentaries on YouTube. I watch documentaries on the television. Yeah. Mutton says, do you still have at least one Floyd box set? No, none. I was surprised when you said recently you don't have the Shine On set anymore. No, sold it. Don't know why I kept it. Kept it for too long. It was stupid. Fasano says, how's it going tonight? I'm late tonight. Are the trolls active? Yes, they were. We needed you, guy. We needed you. But Zeb has stepped up. Zeb is he's the man of the hour. He's got his virtual 6 shooters out and he's been taking them out. We've had a lot of manky poots tonight. An awful lot of manky poots. Shall we look? Shall we have a look at all the blocked channels? Shall we have a little bit of fun before we go? Oh, it's getting a bit late. Let's just have a little looky. I've got to pull it up. And we can have a look at all the blocked channels that I've got here, right? And you can see the lunacy that I'm dealing with. Here we go. Let me just pull that in. Whoops, the wrong way. So we have C-Pain, and we have Anthony Phillips, Paint Mixer, We Mad Hatter, Colin Humphries, Charles Nolan, Alan Harwood, Damn HH, Matthew Reynolds 6. Boo, I'm Still Alive. Again, that's a reference to Alan Harwood. Don't worry, you're going to see the rest of that later. Daisy Elliott, Happy Day, Squirrel Busters, that was a new one today. Grace Smith, Rainblaze, Morrow Mania, Paul Wally, goes a Garrett Munton. 2003 C-Pain again, Andrew Kostnik, Stephen Howes, he's real, but he likes to insult me, so, you know. Pegasus, who remembers him? Who remembers him? Many Paj Mahajis, Antius Legis, Warner Kurt, John Jones, Joe Wisdom, Alan Harwood again, Andy Davison, John Costello, Russell Watkins. Some spam sites, Peter Cushing, Alan Harwood's Ghosts. You see, that's how twisted they are. Russell Watkins, Manky Poot. We're going to have many Manky Poots. William Baldridge, Chris, Thor Neil, Paul F, Yakamoto, Block Not Forgotten. Oh, you've forgotten, all right. Uncle Trousers again. Russell Hammond, Pegasus again. Warner Kurt, Pyramid Head. Kathy, who remembers the legendary Kathy Radka? Madison Hall, Alan Harwood again. There's an offensive one. John Costello, Alan Harwood again. Jeremy Thompson, Uncle Trousers again. Darren Lock Clips Official, my favourite channel. Do check it out. Paj Mahaj again. Michael Green, Uncle Trousers again. Brian Cox, Peter Cushing. Arthur Mull, Pegasus again. Manky Poot again. Peter Cushing again. Like I said, there's a lot of nonsense here. Garrett Munton again. John Costello. Marty Hopkirk. So again, you've noticed that there aren't as many Manky Poots on there as there should be, because again he deletes these channels as he goes. He actually renames some of these channels as well. I'm sure he uses them on other people. So it's all a bit of a laugh, isn't it? It's all a bit of a laugh. Mark says hello, great channel. It sure is. Thank you for commenting. Martin says, if you want some great piano music that's a mix of ambient, jazz and folk, I recommend George Winston or Liz Story, both on Wyndham Hill. Garrett says, it definitely is sad that a lot of people are more interested in music as product than music as art. PCO would be a good example of that. Well. Seb says, do make say think? No, I've not heard of them. Sano says, have you heard of a guitarist called Buckethead? He wears a mask with a KFC bucket on his head. Yeah, I do know him. I know somebody else who wears a bucket on his head. Popcorn bucket. Oh, we laughed at that as well. That was funny. Harry Pritchard said, other Wyndham Hill New Age composers like Michael Hedges, Will Ackerman and Alex de Grassi. These names are familiar. I think I had a Wyndham Hill compilation once, so yeah. Look, if Chris is being a prat, Let's just block him. Look, he's gone. There, he's dealt with. He's being a prat. Vasana says Dead Man is a good film, but I'm a fan of everything with Jim Jarmusch. Yeah, he did that zombie one, didn't he, recently? Manky Poo wants to know, why was Chris deleted? I don't know, Manky Poo. Look, I think there are too many Manky Poots in this world. What did he do wrong? Oh, let's get rid of you as well. Bye! And we'll have no more Manky Poots. Bye! Joseph said, it was nice to see you. I need to go now. I want to say that with your voice and unboxing videos, if you could do my unboxings and reviews, it would be great. Greetings from Mexico. Well, that ain't going to happen, Joseph. Sorry. So, bit of a disappointment. Unsubscribe. Don't ever watch any more of my videos. See ya. Darren says, do you also have the feature that shows who is subscribed? What on my studio? Yeah, everyone's got that. I think it's standard, isn't it? Gordon says good evening. Gordon's in, and Driver says morning. East of Ireland. Yeah, it's a bit late. Anyway, that's it. We did it. We've made it. I've got to the end of the questions. It's been a little bit weird, but not as weird as it could have been. Could have been a lot more weird. I think they've kind of very fascist of you, and we all gone as well. Bye. Richard, you should really look up the meaning of the word fascist, shouldn't you? Ah, Jesus Christ. You see, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. No one's real. I don't even know if Garrett's real, or any of these people, you see. This is where we're at in the world. You know, it's only when you die and leave me all your guitars that I know that you're real. But I'm here. I'm here every Tuesday. This will not end. They can carry on doing their weird, disruptive behaviour, and I will still be here for all the lost souls who fancy a chat, and yeah, we'll carry on. Remember, if you want to help this channel, you can join as little as £1 and you'll get your own personalised icon. It'll look like Prog Review. Maybe I should change it to my smiling face, and that'll be fun. Or you can help me on Patreon, patreon.com/lock. Or there's my music.darrenlock.com. if you're interested in that kind of thing. Probably not. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, Andrew just says something. Time for bed indeed. Joseph says, I will stay subscribed. That was only joking. You understand. Anyway, thank you for playing along. And like I say, we'll be doing all this soon. And like I say, tomorrow I'll probably do or today, I'll do my Better Call Saul review, and there'll be coffee time and all that stuff that nobody wants to watch. All right. So have a good one. Remember, folks, if you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. Ta-da. Night night.